Hello, 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 and welcome to the Guru Mama Show. It is Monday, and welcome everybody. Hello, Dana. Thank you for joining me today. And my name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, an astrologer, and coming to you with the 411 of the crazy highways and byways and the shenanigans of the cosmic highway. Ooh. Oh, my birthday drinks are November the 7th. I just had a friend over and we watched Harry Potter on Saturday evening. So if anybody wanted to come and join us, they could have. Our birthday drinks are November the 7th. So I'm inviting people over on November the 7th. So maybe I shouldn't be broadcasting that. I might have the police. I might have somebody else over at my house that I don't want. But people can come over. My birthday's November the 4th. So people would like to come over. It's not going to be like, woo, party. Good. I mean, we might get crazy and do some crazy stunts, but you just never know. So it's just like, oh, party in the house. Yeah, get crazy. Let's get crazy, man. This week, what do we have for this week? Well, it's very I'm gonna say it's, because I've been talking about frequencies. Like there's people who talk about like dimensions, moving from one dimension or one area to another area. To me, I feel like it's because of the frequencies are very high, and I feel the frequency changes are there. And as we have a sun in lovely Scorpio, and then we are having a moon, which will go void, of course, for a part of the morning, and then go into Cancer. Now, as it goes into Cancer, Scorpio moon, which is another thing that I live with all my life. I live with this. It's very highly emotional. It's going to be a highly emotional week. This week is going to have a lot of crazy twists and turns and nuttiness that's going to unfold for us. And what I feel and what I keep seeing are the frequencies that are coming in and changes. So this is things that are bringing up, maybe addressing things from the past. Now, when I say that, it's like, to address things from the past is to understand where they are. The past is a past, it's done. But there are frequencies, and we can change those frequencies. Well, change those. Okay. We can bless those frequencies that were there, that of different, and they keep saying different transactions, or different meetings, or different scenarios that came through for us in the past, and bless them. We can bring them up to bless them, to help us with the frequencies that we are going through now, even the ones that we find that were horrible or tragic. Bringing them forth. Now, when we bring them forth, it's like having a realization of like, whoa, okay, I really don't want to live that time again. Or that was a horrific time when I was with that person or situation, scenario, whatever it was. But if we bring that up and we begin to bless it, and bless it with love and light and pure source energy, bless it with love and light and pure source energy, we send this blessing in to help us with our frequency. Because many times, as we are trying to move forward in a new way, changing our frequencies, these come up, but we may not, sometimes we don't know what they are. We don't realize exactly what they are. And we bring them. So if there's something that comes to mind, or a person that comes to mind from your past that maybe wasn't so wonderful, or maybe was a fabulous time in your life, and you're just like, oh wow, we had such great times. Like, I mean, I could go back to when I was a young adult, trying to figure out, when do I become an adult? I still ask that question, by the way. When do I become an adult? Do I have to start adulting today? Adulting. Ha. So when I was young, and we were like, there was a group of us, and we would do crazy things. We would we'd go 4-by in the back of the mountain. We would take the back roads. We'd go up to Shoot Lake and then take a back road um to Kelowna, or take the you can't do it now, but the KVR railway, and go to Kelowna and take a whole group of us. We would in the middle of the night, we couldn't sleep. We'd call we'd call each other. This is before cell phones, so you had to sneak out and use the regular landline. And we would call, say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And we would be, "Yeah, let's go to the beach and light a fire and drink Mountain Dew." Mountain Dew is a big thing. And just to hang out. It was wonderful. I mean, when Tim Hortons came into our town, it was like, wow, something open 24/7, because everything else would shut, close up by 9, 10 o'clock. So this was like, remembering that, it's like, wow, yes. And it was great. And the people that I was with were so awesome. And it was just really fun connecting. Going back to that energy and saying, yeah, I want to bring that youthfulness, that spontaneity that I had as a youth, as a young person, and allow myself to have that spontaneity in order for me to create the new frequencies that are coming in. Now, with that energy also that's coming in, especially because there's a lot of emotion, it's addressing our emotions that are coming in. It's bringing the energy also and saying, you know what? Yeah, okay, that breakup was really bad. Or, yeah, that scenario, that was a really bad time in my life. I was whatever. I was on drugs. I was an alcoholic. I was this, I was that. This is where it's like, okay, what brought me to that scenario? What brought me to that place? And this is where we address it and we bless it. We bless both of them the same, because energy, frequencies, like the energy, and not frequencies, but energy, as we look at it, and the universe looks at it, neither good nor bad. It is what it is. So when we bless it, we can change it to help us to move towards this newness in this, as we go forward. Because many times, like, we're poked and prodded, and there's a lot of fixed planets right now. And this is where it's like, and we're getting to the cross quarters, which is cross quarter day, which is Samhain, which is Halloween. And this is where, the veil is getting thin. There's a lot of air energy. So there was the planets that were trying in air, and not a lot of earth. So there's not a lot of grounding. So this is where it's like, with these frequencies that are coming in and the changes that are coming forward, it's to address them, to address them. And this is where, with that moon that is in going into Cancer, it is to address those higher emotional energies. Cancer is a cardinal sign. It's a forward moving energy. Let's go. It's the rushing water, and it's trining the fixed energy, the sun in fixed. It ain't moving. Like, I'm sorry, if you Scorpio ain't moving. It's either like lava or ice. Like, that's it. So this is where it's coming in, and when we're coming into these new structures, we want to build new structures. So that's what Aquarius wants to do. Aquarius wants to build new structures, the structures you want to put in place. And with building those new structures right now, it's to allow ourselves to feel them emotionally, allow us to feel them out, and bring in those new frequencies, and allow ourselves to step into it. Something from the past comes, we bless it so we can go into it, because we don't want that holding us back. We understand it is a done time. It was a pleasant time. It was a horrid time, whatever time it was, but we bless it. This is helping us with this forward motion. And this is also where we are invoking the fates. And we do have a little bit, with the fates rising up, they're a little bit annoyed. We got Scorpio there. We got a little bit of annoyance going on. And it's like, we want to try and do something. We want to be enterprising. Yet the fates and the furies are coming forward. And Jupiter is on Seraphine with Orpheus on the descent to the underworld. So this descent to the underworld, because we are getting closer to Halloween and the Day of the Dead, and the celebration and the veil becoming thinner, this is for us to look into it. It is somewhat of a hard aspect of energies that are around us, but we want to bring in those transformational, bring in those energies, and allow ourselves to shift our energy into the new frequencies that are coming in. And the veil thinning is helping us to step forward in those frequencies. Now, this is also coming into a lot to do with partnerships, who we're with, who we want to be with. Mercury and Mars are still in Libra. They're still wanting to figure out, what kind of relationships we want. It's very emotional. There's a lot of breakups this week. I had a lot of people breaking up with people with people, and a lot of people who are passing over. So when this is a lot of movement of transitioning. People are transitioning into um different avenues, and as they're transitioning into the different avenues, what happens is that the people that are not to be in your alignment, or who aren't to go on yours, they are pushed out in some way. And yes, there's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of a heartache that comes through with that. And through that heartache, it is allowing us to transition into that new frequency, because they can't hang on to that frequency with you. So when you are moving and somebody's moving out of your life, either physically or they are transitioning to the other side, there is this energy that's getting us to move into this new direction. And we're in this at least until the end of December. Now, Venus is going to be on November 5th, I believe, going into Capricorn, and she's slowing right down because she will retrograde in there. And then we have Mars going into Scorpio on the 31st, on Halloween. Perfect day for Mars to go into Scorpio. That's all I got to say. He's home. He's happy. He's like, yeah, baby, let's get it on. And of course, it's Halloween, and it is, a freaky, crazy time, working with the veils, working with our ancestors. So we have this energy that's coming in to to move us into these frequencies. And some of us, we don't want to move, or we don't want to change. And the wind, the air is there. It's getting us to change. It's getting us to move. But come on, you guys must know a Scorpio or a Taurus or an Aquarius. If they don't want to move, if they don't want to do something, they're not gonna do it, baby. They're not gonna go. They're just like, fuck you. I ain't doing this right now. I ain't going there right now. No. And they get stubborn. So there is this, it's inviting us to move and change. And at the same time, it's reluctant to move and change. And as we have that lovely Mercury moves forward and zips along, it does some hard aspects. Uranus has to come into the picture. And if you notice, there's quite a few new volcanoes that erupted over the weekend. And we had one in Italy, one in Japan. We had one, I think, in Brazil, I think it was. So we had quite a few different volcanoes that are erupting. We still have the one in the Canary Islands off the coast of Spain. So we have these eruptions that are going on, and these rumblings. And Mercury was talking with lovely Uranus, and Uranus is in Taurus, and he's not going to move any faster. And it's like, no, I'm not doing anything I don't want to do. Like, I'm here. Like, he's just shaking the earth up. He's causing change and transformation for us. He's also helping with the frequency. um Uranus and Taurus brings in new energy. So when this new energy has to do with what Taurus deals with, he deals with money, he deals with relationships, and he deals with new medical procedures. So here we have all of this energy to come in. Plus we have Aquarius energy. We have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, and with that energy is bringing in new discoveries that are on a frequency level, because there's if you look at how their Aquarius are waves, one wave on top of the other wave. So you have a higher frequency and you have a lower frequency. of energies that are coming forth to bring in these changes. And here we still have, we know we have that Saturn square Uranus is bringing in. What do we want to bring in? What is that new frequency? What is that new energy that we want to bring in that can take us to a higher realm that allows us to create a newness with one another? And the thing is Aquarius is not for like the lower part of Aquarius can be very segregating, but the higher end, the higher octave of it is to do with community, bringing in community that works within the harmony and the higher frequencies. And that's where we're trying to reach. Got a long ways to go. We got a lot of issues. We've got a lot of issues in the tissues here. A lot of issues in the tissues. And with where Neptune is in Pisces, I mean, that's also bringing up things to do with our feelings, our tribal, where do we stand? It brings up things to do with segregation. It brings up things to do with racial discrimination, all of this. So we got all of this crazy energy in this melting pot that's just bubbling, blah, 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 and things are rising and we're getting emotional and the pressure's on. So we're getting this pressure within this beautiful cauldron. And with that all, this is about change is inevitable. We are coming into an energy that says change is inevitable. It's going to happen. We have to allow, but it's looking at what kind of change we are wanting to step forth with our frequencies. Are we going to continue bringing in the past? Or are we going to bless the past so we can change and move into a higher frequency? That's the key. Because we can bring up all the crazy things, dig up the past and look at this and look at this. But there's got to be a blessing and a healing for us to go through. But not, and this is where the fates come in. The fates are like, no, you're not going to, we don't want you dwelling on it. The fates are like, the fates and the furies are coming forward. And it's all in this Scorpio season that is saying, let's go. Let's bless it and go. Let's allow ourselves to recognize it, to move forward. And in doing that is like where we get to see where is it that we are out of balance. Where is it that we are out of balance and out of balance in our lives? And this is where you sit down and you figure it out. Where in your life are you out of balance? Where in your life are you not bringing in the harmony and the newness for you? Where are you so fixed that you do not want to let go of that because of A, B, C, D, E, whatever it is? You're fixated on something, you're hanging on to something, right? And you're hanging on to it for some reason. This is what brings you out of balance. There's a fear of letting that go. There's something there that's hanging on. That's something that's making you hang on. Is something that happened within the past that we need to bless, to bring forward, to allow ourselves to come into more of a flowing balance for ourselves to move forward. To move forward, not perfect. It's not perfect. So you don't look for perfection in this. So my little type A's, it's like, don't look for perfection. People want to look for perfection all the time. Well, it's got to be this way before I do it. It's got to look like this before I do it. I can't do that because this isn't there, or that isn't there, or I don't have the person that I'm supposed to be with. We got excuses out our yin yang that keep us to where we are. We all do. So this is where it's like when we move forward, because with that Chiron comes in a semi-sextile to Pallas Athena, is energy. I have to work with that. I really don't have a handle on it. When we recognize it and accept it and say, I don't have a handle on it, I give it up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle. I give it up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle. I don't know how to handle it. I'm not sure how to do with this, but I'm going to give it up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle. And I'm going to bless it. Blessings of love and light and pure source energy. Blessings of love and light and pure source energy. Because sometimes I don't have the answers. Many times I don't have the answers. And that's when you do give it up. We are in a school. This earth is a school. You signed up to go to school here. Yeah, I'm sorry. And you can't, there's no copping out. Because even in copping out, there's lessons to learn in the copping out. So doesn't matter what we do, there's always a life lesson in there. There's always some kind of schooling that's being done. So this is where we need to, you don't know how you would move it forward. Maybe you don't need to know the how. You need to give that how up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle. Give it up to the Holy Spirit. Give it up to the divine, your universe, whomever, the higher realms. Give it up to your higher self and say, you know what, I really don't know how to do this. Some things some things are just out of my hands, or I'm just too fucking freaked out about all this bloody bullshit that's going on in the world, and all I want is everybody to get along, and chill out. And chill out, baby. Yet I'm frustrated, I'm overwhelmed with this. And that's where we're at, right? The emotions are high, we're frustrated, we're overwhelmed. We got to give it up. It's going to be a highly emotional week. Things are going to start getting really ramped up for us. And this is where it's like, okay, I get it. It's ramped up. We're going crazy. I'm giving it up. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. Because I don't know how else to do it. And when I don't know how else to do it, I got to approach this with a fresh, clean slate and allow myself to really watch, because a lot of sharp tongues are out there. We're in Scorpio season. Scorpios, like, their stinger is their tongue, is their speech, in the way they say things. So there's a lot of sharp tongues, and also with Mercury is going forward, and with Mercury, it's the consciousness of word. Be conscious in what you are saying and how you are saying. Be conscious. Learn. Allow yourself to learn something new. Allow yourself to come in and understand. I sat in a program in understanding the difference between an Islam and a Muslim. It was wonderful. Oh my God. It was so enlightening. It awakened me in new ways. It allowed me to see things differently and understand who they are. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, we are all human beings. We all have feelings. We all bleed. We all want connection. We all want safety. We want a roof over our head. We want to feed our children. We want proper health care that's not pushed down our throat. And we want to be able to make the decisions within our lives that we want to make, not decisions put upon us that somebody else is trying to force upon us. That's where the energies are. This is where the frequencies are coming in for us to change in order for us to grow. And when we can step into that nuances of that new frequency and say, yeah, this is the way I want to live my life. And I'm living my life fully and completely with love. I'm living my life with truth and honesty of who I am. And sometimes I don't know. So I give it up. I just don't know. So when I give it up and I ask for that inner peace. And when I ask for that inner peace, may not come right away. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes a day or two, but it does come. And the more we allow ourselves to be open to that inner peace and that miracle, the more it comes in. So let go of grievances and choose miracles. Let go of grievances and choose miracles. That's where the energy is today. Crazy, crazy week we're in, baby. So let's just hang on. It's a ride. We're in this crazy ride. We're in this crazy school, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. Gotta breathe. So starting November 1st, I do have a new meditation that I'm starting, and it is a beautiful meditation. And it is, oh God, I wrote it down. There's a chant. I think God is change is the meditation, and we work with the 5 elements. So we work with the 5 elements, and it is it's not a very long meditation, but it's a meditation that opens up our frequencies to bring in the energies of the air and of the fire, of the earth, and allow ourselves to transform what it is that we need to transform the energies. So if you want to join me, it's Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. You don't have to be there at 6 a.m. Just an FYI, you don't have to be there. It's on Zoom and it is recorded, and you do get a recording that you could download afterwards. So there's that. So we have that's going on. We also have my 2022 Horoscope Ebook. It's $5. So if you are wanting the ebook, get a hold of me, and it's $5. So you can send me $5 and I send you the digital download. So there you go. It is, we're moving and a grooving, baby. We're moving and a grooving. So we're gonna send you out with so much love. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Know when you know, you know. If you don't, when you don't know, you don't know. But now you know. So you're in the know of what you need to know, right? Have a blessed one, everybody. And if you are wanting to book a consultation, go to thegurumama.com and you can book a consultation on there. So have a blessed one, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Blessed be everybody. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.